Claire Purcell and Christopher Biggins, they've got the newspapers this morning and various other things. We're not supposed to say newspapers, we're supposed to...
Headline making.
Headline making. Everything is just generally in the news and things that you want to watch on television or not, or whatever. Anyway, minis. I think the Mini is a design icon.
I love the Mini.
I think it's absolutely... And do you know what, Isabel? When you think of an original Mini in the 50s, 60s, whatever, so tiny, so tiny, and frail, fragile, without bumpers and whatever. And these new generation ones, Claire, you want to talk about now, because BMW is to manufacture this next generation of electric Minis, and there was a Mini factory in Oxford, but this is guaranteeing the future of a lot of workers there.
It certainly is, and my first car was a Mini. And it was a Y-Reg when it was at the other end of the number plate. So it was a very old, tiny Mini, brilliant car. Absolutely adored it.
Did it leak? Did it flood?
Yes, it did. If you went through a puddle that was a bit too deep, it stopped.
Yes.
You learned very quickly to drive with some WD-40 and get the spark plugs dry. And it had a manual choke.
Yes, indeed.
So on cold mornings.
And you could flood the engine very easily.
Absolutely, and I did, but I learned an awful lot about driving.
Yeah.
And you could get it to 50. But it was a bit shaky.
OK.
So
I had a minivan.
Oh, is that like a countryman?
Yeah, exactly. And I remember I was coming back from Derby, where I was doing rep, to Salisbury, and I travelled through the night, and I was very tired, and I overturned it. And I was upside down.
Can I
and
ask you how you overturned it?
What?
How did you overturn it?
I was just going round and round about too fast.
My.
And I went over, and I remember waking up, or not waking up, I remember feeling a burning sensation. And what happened was the battery for the Mini was behind the driver's seat.
Gosh.
And it all was dripping out on me.
The acid came out.
So,
have you ever woken up during the middle of the night and had acid reflux?
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
You might as well drink the battery acid.
Yeah,
as well. It's the most awful thing.
I mean, is this a good thing? I mean, we're seeing, obviously, a lot of government investment into this. We saw last week a huge announcement in Ellesmere Port. We're kind of getting the impression that post-Brexit trading arrangements aren't inhibiting our potential and ability to manufacture cars here in the UK. A good thing, worth the money from the taxpayer?
Do you know what I think it is? I'm really pleased that the government has invested, and as we were talking about previously, it's not a huge amount of money when you're talking about government spending, but it gives BMW the understanding that the government is behind them, the jobs that it will create, and manufacturing in the United Kingdom needs to be brought back up to where it was. So I'm really pleased that we've gone ahead. What I don't want to see is we lag behind on infrastructure, because it's all very well to have electric cars out there, but if you have nowhere to charge them, then that's pretty useless. But I do think this is good, and we're seeing a lot of investment, especially in Jaguar Land Rover as well, in Cornwall with a battery plant. So that is more up and coming, and it's going to create jobs and help grow the economy.
And there is history, there's a lineage of building Minis in Oxford as well. I mean, compared to when the Thatcher government set up the DeLorean plant in Northern Ireland. It wasn't the Thatcher government, actually, she closed it. Whoever it was before Thatcher. Who was it before Thatcher? It was...
Brown.
No, it was, what's his name? Callaghan.
Callaghan.
Yeah. And so basically we didn't have an infrastructure or a lineage of building cars anywhere in Northern Ireland, though we eventually did it very well, but there were a lot of teething problems where this workforce knows what they're doing.
They do, and it's a very proud tradition that they have at that plant, and it's going to be increased. And also down the road in Swindon, you're going to see some boost in battery technology and stuff coming along there. And I think it is really important.
I want to get a battery car, and the one I do want to get is the DeLorean. I want to get somebody. I want to get somebody to say, produce a DeLorean now with a battery, right? And it'll literally will be Back to the Future.
Back to the Future with Eamonn Holmes. Oh,
and it'll probably take you 100 feet before you charge.
Yeah, no, the trouble is I couldn't get in and out of it now. I mean, the gull wing doors, and up they go. But I don't know if I could get down.
The door might help you out. Lift you up as you go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Prince Harry, shall we? He was in a penalty shootout, would you believe? Who did he lose to, Biggins?
A German.
Oh, no.
A 63-year-old German.
Yeah, but I tell you what I'm thrilled about is I'm a great fan of Harry's. And I think it's wonderful that he's gone there. I mean, it's so sad that he had a day here and he didn't see his brother or his father, and especially his father, which was a terrible shame, I think. We must start getting back together again, surely. I mean, and we all have rows with our families and everything happens. But, you know, I think he's doing... He's been received so wonderfully once again over there because the Invictus Games are his, and he is brilliant at it. He's just wonderful.
Well, he knows what he's talking about. He's very credible with it. He does it very well, and she's not there.
And she's not there, yes.
All of which helps.
Anyway, I think he's doing a wonderful job, and I'm a great fan of his.
Time to heal the wounds, you
Yes,
think?
I think so.
Claire, I'm a big coffee fan. I don't know about you, but concerned, though, what coffee might say about me.
You see.
What are they saying in the Times, too, about this?
This is the usual sort of what it signifies about your social standing in life, and they've gone through a sort of light-hearted list. And apparently, if you are a double espresso drinker, you are well-read and well-travelled. White Americano, a straight talker, and if you like a mocha, sort of a chocolate-type coffee, then you're sexier than the average.
Oh, my.
I mean, it doesn't say what
Do you like a mocha?
I flick between a mocha very occasionally when I'm hungry and I feel like I need some sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I go and have a flat white, so I think I am quite straight talking.
I've heard that about you.
Have you?
Yes. A flat white.
Let's move on.
I've never drank a cup of coffee in my life.
Well, I feel sorry for you.
Never downed one.
I love a coffee.
No?
You're missing out. You really, really are.
What about a coffee cake? Ever had coffee cake? I love a coffee cake.
I love coffee cake. Great. But this whole... What this rubbish they print about people drinking coffee? It was ridiculous.
But it goes through everything from painted nails, dog breeds, footwear, cars, and, of course, it's just somebody's opinion
on
where you stand in society. And there's a classic bit about trousers, and, of course, it has to mention sort of variation on red trouser man, owner of dogs, Tory voter. We always have to have these little comparisons.
Cliches.
Did you say nipples, by the way?
No.
You didn't say
little. I think she said little.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe it was little nipples, but...
It
can't bring you anywhere big. Nipples!
It's
Are you blessed? Do you have little nipples or very big nipples?
They're all right, I think. How are yours?
I'm fine, thank you, darling.
Do you remember this